Hi everyone. We're going to have a long form video right now to discuss Bitcoin, and we're going to analyze the Bitcoin chart on this video. So grab a cup of tea and listen and watch where we see Bitcoin is going to go over the next few weeks. Now, there's been turmoil, the market is going down, everybody knows that. But the thing that everybody's asking is how far will Bitcoin fall? Now, Bitcoin, as you know, is worth right now about $1.6 trillion on current estimates. It's still 55 to 60% of the total crypto market. So whatever happens with Bitcoin, it's going to manifest with all the other altcoins in a big way. So it's really important we get this right. And once we know where Bitcoin is going to drop to, from there, we can then determine where the likes of XRP, AVAX, Link, Solana, Ethereum will go. So it's fundamental to understand where Bitcoin is going to go. So now we're going to jump straight into the chart and we're going to have a good look. You're going to see my face, very, very small, and we're going to see the chart as well. Okay then, so the first thing to recognize is how do we do our analyses? And we use GAN analytics, ideally. We also use Fibonacci, we also use trend lines, etc. We use a multitude of things to understand where resistance, support, fourth attempts come in, but I will explain that as we go along. So the first thing to recognize, this is a monthly chart of Bitcoin, as you can see. And I've taken a small part of it, and that part is from October 2023. You can see a bottom here, and we've gone up, and you can see just a basic trend line that we've drawn. You can see that it hits the trend line here in September 2024. It hits it here in May 2025. And then we get the break here in the break under the line in November 2025. That is where the what we call the bear market for Bitcoin has taken hold. So that is the break in November 2025. Some people have said it was in January, the bear market, in December. It was in November. Okay, so that is where the break has occurred. So it's important to look at this from a helicopter perspective, looking down on a monthly basis on the widest time frame, and that is what you can see for Bitcoin. You can clearly see the high of Bitcoin here, which if I look across was 126,000. It wicked up to that level. And then you can see how we've come down, and we're currently around the 83,000 mark right now. So now I've just switched this to a daily chart now from a monthly. You can see, I'm going to just expand on this, a number of things going on here. You can still see the trend line. So I want you to remember that trend line going up. That's this trend line here. You can see the break in a bit more detail here. And if we then zoom in, and let me just move things around a little bit, and zoom in around here and get everything in, and then we are set. Here we are. So that is the ideal scenario for analyzing this chart. So we've gone all the way up here at 126. We've come underneath at this point, and we've gone through the long-term trend break. That's there. That occurred at around 103,000. That was the break. So as soon as we went below 103,000, formed a top here at 107, we then went further down. And that means that we're on the way down to another level of support, and we're going to talk about that now. So the next level of support turned out to be around 85,700 to be exact. This is the level. I've drawn a little line here. And what you're seeing is a couple, you've got 1, to 3 hits of this line. That is a support line. And then you can see that I've written here 4th attempt. This is part of Gann's philosophy. If we hit something 3 times, on the 4th attempt, it 95% of the time goes through it. So you can see 1, 2, 3 hits of this support line, and then we've gone up, and then we've come down again for what we call the 4th attempt. That 4th attempt occurred at 85,000, and we've now securely gone through that, okay? Now, what I want you to see is this triple here. Can you see what we call a triple bottom? It's not a level triple bottom. It's like one of the bottoms is up here, one is here, one is here. If anybody knows the ins and outs of triples, it means there's going to be a big movement from a triple. You can see straight away we've got 1, 2, 3, and then we shoot up. So this triple bottom has real big significance in the future. So if we come down to it from here, we will go through this triple, because that is a 4th attempt at the level in Gann terms. So you can see the short-term triple here, 1, 2, 3, 4th attempt, we go through. But look at the big triple over on the left-hand side. Now this level is at approximately 75,000. So we are going to go down and approach now with Bitcoin down to what we call support levels. You can see a support level here. That support level has come from way back here. You can see why we've drawn that line. You can see if I just put the cursor around it, we're looking here at around 73,000. Can you see, and this was in March 2024, it was not breaking this resistance line, and that is 73,000. So resistance can turn into support. So from here, it's resisted and resisted, and eventually it's gone through that point of resistance. This line now becomes support. So you can see I put resistance, and this line now becomes support. That line is around, let's just get it accurately, it's 71,200. And that corresponds with a break of this triple bottom. So I hope you get that. So we are expecting Bitcoin to break this bottom quite violently. And it will go to this point here to break it and go down here. I suspect we could actually hit around 66,000 with this. I think this point here is very, very strong. The resistance support levels are really tried and tested. You can see back here, but really we're looking here. Now, let me give you the overall verdict. If Bitcoin goes to low 70s, so we're currently at 83,000. If we go from 83,000 down to 70 odd thousand, that's 15% or so. We will expect XRP, Solana, Ethereum, Quant, Link, etc. to crash. These cryptos will crash, and they will go down by about 30%. If Bitcoin goes down, 10%, 15%, they're going to go down 30%. So all I'm saying to everyone on here is, if you've got a portfolio, just make sure you either go into cash or you're in it for the long term. So I hope you found that useful. If you found it useful, please give me a follow, and also go into our Telegram group where we give you more videos like this. Thanks very much.